समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Okay, today we start with verse number 2 in your texts, and okay. Now here the meter of the verse changes, and as I have told you before also, that when the teacher changes the meter of the verse, then it is to draw the attention of the student, and the गायन बदलता है तो एकदम the student's attention is supposed to be focused के okay. And here also Gurudev had said that this text, especially this chapter, has to be listened to very, very attentively. So I am repeating that please, if anybody else is doing anything else, just drop it. And please pay attention, sit alert, and fully attentive to the chapter. Okay. Now then Krishna says, Adhashurdhvam अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसतास्तस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रबाला अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके. Now, below and above are spread its branches. He is still describing the tree of life. So below and above are spread its branches, nourished by the gunas. Sense objects are its buds, and below, in the world of men, stretch forth the roots originating in action. Okay. Now notice this. Below and above are spread its branches. Please always keep it in mind that this is just a symbolic picture. There is no such tree as such, but with the means of the tree, madhyam hai ye. This picture is the madhyam taken, of course, from Kathopanishad, but this is the madhyam, or madhyam se he is uh, relating. Now, what he says, below and above are spread its branches. See, a tree's branches always grow away from the roots, generally. Generally, they grow branches. This tree has branches growing towards the roots, and also upward is the root, he said. So it is going towards the roots and below the roots. So they're going, just remember this, the branches are going up and down. Okay. The branches are not going only up, they are going up as well as down. So we'll see what the branches are. Nourished by the gunas. And what is the sap that flows through the branches? It is your own guna. Guna means sattva, guna, rajas, this, tamas, all the qualities of your personality are called gunas. Of course, the Gita has divided those gunas into three main categories, but otherwise it means all your tendencies, the mind's tendencies, they are gunas. Now, sense objects are its buds. Now, on this, on every branch, there are little buds, and those buds are the sense objects, which flower out because of these gunas. Now gunas also can be translated into tendencies, vasanas, your likes, your dislikes, and all that. Those are the ones that create these buds. sense object never comes towards you. No sense object comes towards you. Okay? You are the one who gets attracted to a certain sense object. Okay? Remember that. Huh? Now, Gurudev used to say that he used to give the example of a bottle of whiskey. And he used to say that a bottle of whiskey from Scotland will come all the way through the bootlegger, through the smuggler, through whosoever, and it will reach your doorstep not because it has legs, but because you want it. You have a desire for it. That is the reason. है ना? अच्छा. Secondly, the thing is that if you don't want it, then even though it does not have legs, it goes all the way back to Scotland and goes to someone else, whoever desires it. So the bottle goes only pulled by the desire. So here he is saying that these buds, sense object buds, sprout from the tree, and below in the world of men stretch forth the roots originating in action, because the roots are the one that feed this whole tree. The roots are the ones that feed the whole tree into action. Branches are thought channels. The and thought channels कैसे होते हैं? He's already told you that the sap in the branches are your tendencies. So what will be the thought channels? Thought channel will only be your tendency. ठीक है? Like the same object. When you look at the same object, a businessman looks at it differently. An artist looks at it differently. To give you an example, a beautiful tree, and the artist is admiring the color of the flowers and the leaves and the shape of the tree. And he's thinking that if I paint this tree, how nice it will look. Yeah, that is an artist. A businessman is looking at the tree saying, for how much will the wood of this tree sell? See the difference? Okay. The same object invokes different feelings in different people. Okay. So the same woman, the same woman is looked at as mother by the son, as wife by the husband, as daughter by the father. The woman is the same. The thought channels of all the three are different for the same object. Okay, got it? So, similarly, remember that only those buds will sprout from the branches of this tree that belong to your vasanas, to your likes and dislikes, to your tendencies. Nothing that you have not desired comes towards you because you don't even notice it. Everything is there in the world, but you don't notice those things that you are not interested in, isn't it? When your little one takes you to see a movie, and the movie is about some animal or some magician or something, a grandmother sitting there with the child is not interested in that kind of a movie, but the child is jumping with joy and highly excited, isn't it? So, see the reaction of the grandmother for that same thing and the child for the same thing. They both are different. So, understand that these are thought channels, and they are going away. They thought channel going away from the root. Hmm? But just a few are being fattened by your desires. Okay, so you have to maintain certain thought patterns to rise up. You need energy to rise up. Okay, understand that very clearly. You don't need energies to fall down. So you just loosen yourself, let yourself go, and you'll fall. But to rise or even to raise an arm, you need energy. So evolution always demands energy, and that is mental energy. Okay. Huh. So it depends on you that according to your predominant gunas, whether you evolve higher or you devolve lower. Okay. Okay. Now then, see, Gurudev has written that you should not take this picture too literally. कि हाँ तो ये उसके ब्रांच है, ये उसका बड है, ये उसका रूट है, not like that, but understand that the root is the energy of the Supreme Lord. The sap that flows through the branches are your gunas, your likes, dislikes, and vasanas. And similarly, the buds that come out, whether they are flower buds or leaves or whatever comes out, that is also according to your likes and dislikes, according to the sap that is flowing through the branches, according to your thought channels. That is why it is very, very important that you maintain a good atmosphere around you. It's very important because, see, let me tell you, if you are with a drunkard for 10 days, the fellow is drinking morning, afternoon, evening. Yeah, some people do, huh? That's what I've heard. You will also start drinking because slowly, company, the thoughts and the patterns of the company rub onto you, and you very innocently get into it, not realizing what is happening to you. Especially, you have heard about teenagers, hmm, in school, and how in school and college, how much they are influenced by their friends, how much they are influenced by peer pressure. Whatever, you need to grow up and out of it before you realize that others are influencing my mind, right? But even grown up people get influenced, huh? So this kind of mysticism of making a tree a picture which cannot be seen, but which through which he is conveying ideas, is the style of the Vedas, hmm? And upwards and downward, these are just evolutionary pictures, that you are going higher or you are devolving into lower specimens of life. Gurudev used to say, if you just eat and sleep, you will be born to Mother Pig, because that is what Mother Pig will teach you. That is what she does. Just eats and sleeps in the drain. That is how you will be. So you determine your own evolution or devolution. Hmm? So psychological tendencies जो होती हैं, the gunas in your mind, likes and dislikes and all, they are the ones who motivate speech and action. And also always remember, be very careful about your thoughts. Thoughts translate into speech, and speech translates into action. So people who say, oh, I'm just thinking, how does it matter? It's not danger, I'm not doing anything. You will be very soon doing. You will start talking about it first, and thereafter you will start acting according to it. So Gurudev used to say, be very careful about your speech. And these buds, the buds that he is talking about, the buds that sprout out of branches, they are, of course, they are potential actions. Let's put it like that. They are potential actions. They will flower out into action, and that is how you go. And when that action happens, your intellect will tell you that you are doing something very wrong, but still you fall a prey to it because of your strong past thoughts and tendencies. Many times it so happens, you know from your intellect that what you are doing is not a right thing, but still you want to do it and still you go on into doing it. Why? Because the tendency is so strong that you are helpless in front of it. The wave comes so strongly and it totally demolishes your protests. It totally demolishes your intellect's ideas that this is not right. And you go ahead with doing what you have. Hmm? So that is thought channels are responsible for, in short, thought channels are responsible for good and evil actions. So guard your thoughts, be careful about your thoughts. So all the karmas that you have done in the past are the ones that your thought channels are made of. Higher levels or lower levels, it is your past actions that determine your thought pattern. See this ladder very clearly, please. It is your actions that determine thought patterns, and your all your reactions will also be according to your thought pattern. Okay, so these reactions, they bind you. They are the ones that shackle you. You become helpless. आप कर ही कुछ नहीं सकते. So who has shackled you? People blame God. भगवान को क्या पड़ी थी मेरे साथ ऐसा करने की. आपके साथ कुछ हो नहीं सकता जब तक कि it is not determined by your past actions or by your past thoughts. And you are the architect of it. You made the blueprint. So now then, suffer it. Okay. Now, the next stanza, this, because see, Gita is a practical handbook, as I've always said, and it always first gives you the problem and then gives you how to tackle that problem. In the very next verses, it will give you, next two verses, it will give you how to tackle this problem of thought patterns not going the way you want them to go. Okay, and so here it is. The following two stanzas indicate how we can annihilate the tree. Annihilate the tree, cut asunder the tree. Not just pluck the tree, but uproot it from the roots. So the Gita, the next two stanzas are telling you just that. How, acha, it is telling you you cannot uproot the pure energy. You can only uproot the manifestation of that energy. Okay? And that is why the picture of the tree and the uprooting of the tree, because it is a tangible object. तो समझने में आसानी होती है ना. It's easier for you to understand that okay, here is a tree, this is the trouble it can give you, and so we have to just uproot it and not just pluck it. Pluck करेंगे तो it will sprout again. We've seen that with many trees, na? We try to remove them and then it sprouts again, isn't it? So here in West Bengal, the land is so fertile. So that why they call it Sonar Bangla, the golden state. How? Because the land is so fertile that sometime I remember that when I had visited Bengal long back, they had created poles of dead bamboos into electricity poles. But the electricity department had to remove that and take down all the wires and everything. Why? Because the bamboo again became green and sprouted. They thought it is dead, but even if this much of life is left in it, it will sprout again. So that is what I'm telling you, that the same happens with your thought patterns. That unless and until it is gone for good, you will notice that as soon as the situation is conducive, that same thought pattern will make you commit the same action again. ये आप लिख लो मेरे से. It happens to everybody. You say that never again will I do this, this was so wrong, this, that, and the other. But, and you try your best to remove it. लेकिन अगर थोड़ा सा भी रह जाएगा ना कहीं, so next time when the similar situation comes around you, you will again go for it. है ना? Gurudev used to say that a person who has quit smoking, he is very proud about it that I have quit smoking. Then he goes to a marriage party. This is Gurudev's example. I'm giving it to you as he told us. He goes to a marriage party. When he is walking out of the marriage party, there are people standing with trays of pan and they are standing with trays of cigarettes and they are standing with trays. When he is walking out, he thinks that, oh, for such a long time I haven't smoked. So he tells that to a friend that I've given up. So the friend says, "Oh, this is a marriage. This is a opportunity to enjoy yourself. Just pick up one. You don't have to again become a thing. Just pick up one." So he picks up one, and once he picks up one, he is back again into the same action of becoming a smoker, a regular smoker. So, this is what the tendencies do. This is what the thought channels do. So, this vriksha has to be uprooted totally. Now, एक बात सुनिए, ये जो वृक्ष word है, in Sanskrit it means that which can be cut. The word vriksha root is that which can be cut, and that is why it is called. Now, next verse it is न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा. Also read the next verse. ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूय तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी. Okay, we'll do both of them together. Now it says that its form is not here perceived as such. The translation is a little difficult over here because it's not put in proper grammar, but it only means that this tree can't be seen. In simple words, it means this tree has not got a form, it cannot be seen. So the Gita Acharya very clearly tells you that it is a concept, that this is just a picture, this is just a concept. Okay, so its form is not here perceived as such, neither its end nor its foundation. So you can neither see the top nor the bottom, because it is not in the realm of time. The form of a tree is in the realm of time, yes, but he is now clearly giving you that it is neither a form nor in time nor in space. This is what this stanza is telling you. So he is only trying to tell you that in case the student starts imagining it as a tree, he is mistaken. It is not a form of a tree. देखो रूपमस्य तथोपलभ्यते. So he says that it is not perceived. Labhyate, it is not perceived as a tree. It is not seen as a tree. Nanto na chardin na cha sampratishtha. He says that, and it is neither got an origin, not that it has roots, nor it has foundation, nor it has anything above. That only means that it is not there. It's just a picture that he is giving you. Okay. Now, and then he says that Ashvattha suvirudha moolam. So suvirudha moolam, that means it is firmly rooted in you. It is firmly entrenched in you. It is, the roots have clawed into the earth nicely. ऐसे ट्री को निकालना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, बहुत मुश्किल होता है. So the thought patterns in your mind, the tendencies, the gunas that are there in you are so deep rooted. That is what the Acharya is trying to tell you in a figurative way, that those roots are so deeply entrenched in you that they will deceive you when the time comes, because they are very deeply clawed into the earth. They are very deeply holding the earth like that. It only means that no tree and there are no roots holding the earth. It only means that the tendencies are too strong. But how do you have to remove it? It says असंग शस्त्रेण दृढ़ेन चित्वा. देखो देखो, ये दो चीजें हैं, that you have to do two things. What is the weapon with which you cut the tree? It is not an electric saw that will cut the tree. यहाँ पे ये ट्री बड़ा जबरदस्त है, तो इस ट्री को काटने के लिए what is the instrument that you need? What is the weapon you need? The weapon you need is asang, shastra. Shastra is weapon, and asang, detachment. Aha. This word comes so many times in the Gita. Asang, asang, asang. And again, as I have to tell you very clearly, asang in the Gita does not mean giving up physically. The Gita does not ask you to give up anything physically. अर्जुन को कृष्ण जी क्या बोल रहे हैं? Is he saying कि give up the kingdom? No. He is saying fight for your kingdom, fight for your rights, fight to avenge your insult. He is not saying run away or give it up. Has he said it even once? No. So then what is this asang about? Asang only means mentally detach, and as I have said, bahar se pakdo, andar se chodo. Only then you can be free. You can only be free to act if you grasp what is your right outside, but from inside you should be free and totally you have given it up, totally you have let go. So then what becomes the mental attitude? I get it, then also I am happy. I don't get it, even then I am happy. Nobody should have the power, nothing should have the power to wipe away the smile from your face, the happiness of your life. Because if you tie your happiness with something, some object, or a situation, or a person, you are bound to suffer. Hmm. So, asanga shastrena, and then how is this weapon to be used? Dridhena chitva. Dridhena chitva means, both these are needed to cut the tree. Please remember, only with the instrument you can't cut it. तो खाली डिटैचमेंट से कुछ नहीं होगा. डिटैचमेंट दृढ़ेन चित्वा, विद ट्रू डिटर्मिनेशन, दृढ़ दृढ़ संकल्प से ही पेड़ कटता है. इट इज नॉट समथिंग दैट यू से हाँ हाँ कट गया तो भी ठीक है, नहीं कटा तो भी ठीक है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. दैट इज नॉट द वे. You have to make a firm resolve that this is my attachment. And yeah, see, even if you leave one attachment there, as I have told you, another one will sprout. Or your attachment, you say, Swamiji, I have given up attachment for my mother. Okay, I had a great attachment for my mother, I've given it up. And Gurudev used to say, no, the attachment has only shifted to the wife. And from the wife, the attachment has shifted to the child. So even the wife has now given up. I have given up attachment for my mother, given up attachment for my wife. Now the attachment is the child. And haven't you heard many parents saying, this is my life, my child, meri jaan hai, isn't it? So anything happening to the child happens to the father, anything happening to the child happens to the mother. Asang shastrena dridhena chitva. So the attachment has not gone. Gurudev used to say, become introverted, pull yourself together, pull yourself firmly together. Don't allow anything outside to hook you. And then again, one sannyasi said that you are the one who's got the hooks. अगर आपके पास हुक ही नहीं है तो नथिंग कैन हुक यू. कैसे आपको हुक, कोई भी चीज हुक कर ही नहीं सकती. You are the one who's got those hooks. So when you go near an object, you hook it. हाँ, मॉल गए थे, नहीं ऐसे वॉक करने गए थे, बहुत गर्मी है ना, so we thought it's an air conditioned place and we can walk long distance up and down. So we had gone for a walk, came back with bags full of clothes to be stuffed into a cupboard where there is no place. What is this? Tendencies. You have not cut the tendency. दृढ़ेन छित्वा. तो वो हुआ ही नहीं है आपसे. ठीक है ना? हाँ, सो अब करना क्या है? दैट यू, व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट वर्स ट्राइंग टू टेल यू? ततः पदम तत् परिमार्गितव्यम. हाँ, it says that you should seek him alone, surrender all your actions, all your work to him. There is no other karta excepting God. Have this firmly in your mind. So do your action, but don't tie yourself to the action. I did it, and it should be successful. I did it, and it should give me a name. I did it, give me a recognition. Or I did it, it should give me money. Something or the other you are trying to get from it, then you are tied. But if nothing you depend on, you depend only on him and say, you are acting through me, I have done this, अब it's your baby. Success or not success, आप जानो. मुझे कुछ मिलता है नहीं मिलता, आप जानो. When that is the attitude, then you know it becomes शांति आपके मन में. And when the शांति आपके मन में होगी ना, then no matter what is happening outside, it is such a deep rooted peace that is inside you that it does nothing disturbs you. Nothing has the power to disturb you. ऊपर से तो because everyone is saying, ho, look, this happened, how bad. You also say, ha, look how bad and all. But you know that it has not affected you. You know it secretly that it has not affected you. But don't congratulate yourself too quickly. The moment you start feeling proud about this, that nothing affects me. Nothing affects me. Such a strong blow comes to you and you go under. और वो सारी जो साधना करी थी ना अपने दिमाग को ठंडा रखने के लिए, gone in one stroke. Okay. So he says here, then that goal should be sought for, where having gone, none returns again. ये है यस्मिन गता न निवर्तन्ते भूय. कि once gone, that person never returns. गीता में ये और भी अलग जगह कहा गया है. हाँ, same sort of thing. यद गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमम मम. You know, Krishna has said that once come to my home, the person never goes back. Huh? Chinmaya Mission, we have this joke that when you send a letter to the government, it doesn't come back. So we all say, Yad Gatvana Nivartante. So that is, you keep on reminding them कि भाई जवाब दो, nothing comes back. So here anyway, now here it is, see, so learn to surrender mentally. Learn to surrender mentally and maintain that peace inside. Shanti amidst ashanti. चारों तरफ अशांति है. All kind of ups and downs are taking place. Huh? We all know आजकल क्या हो रहा है. So we don't need to repeat that. But the peace inside you should not be shaken. It should not shake at all. So it is over here, tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. Surrender. Prapadye means surrender. Surrender mentally, leaving the result to him, surrendering the effort to him. And he says, Yata pravratti prasata purani. And understand that all activity is streaming forth, blossoming forth from where? From this Purani. Purani is the same word as Purana. Purana, Purani. Pata hai na? So from this ancient source of energy, it is coming straight and streaming through you. So take your refuge in this. And Pravritti Prasita Purani. So this primeval, this is when there was unactivity, when there was zero time. It is from there that this reality stands. It is today also, it shall remain tomorrow also. But your instrument, which is the body, mind, and intellect, comes and goes. And every time you get a new instrument to do whatever you wish to do. So here it is, that is the substratum on which all activity is projected. So, this is the tree of life. It only represents manifested life. Please remember, this tree only it is a representative picture. There's no such tree existing. It represents manifested life. And see, it manifests through what? Through your emotions, thoughts, activities, objects, events, situations. It manifests through the entire multiple world or the cosmos. So these are just your body, mind, and intellect are just vehicles for experience. They are just vehicles so that you may experience good and bad, high and low, in enjoyment or not enjoyment. So they see, you have to recognize that there is no beginning and no end to this. It was, it is, and it will go on. That is what he's saying. Prasata Purani. It has been streaming since ancient time, or when not even ancient time, when time began, and it will continue to do that. So it only manifests through perceiver, feeler, thinker. If this entity dries up, you the world may be or may not be. You don't experience any world. Your world exists only because you perceive, you feel, and you think, isn't it? So when you are in deep, deep sleep, you go into your causal body, isn't it? So what happens to all the world? Where does the world disappear? Where do your tendencies go? Do you have any likes or dislikes at that time? None whatsoever. Do you know you are a man or woman? Nothing. There is no experience. So understand that if you can go into an asang, asang explain kare, if you go into an asang situation in your deep sleep, it can happen. Why can't you consciously try the same asang experience in your waking time? Try doing that. Because in deep sleep, as you become free of all troubles, you become free of all pain, you become free of all terror, you become free of all your family and business problems, don't you? That is asanga. You have cut yourself off from the world. Therefore, you should learn even in the waking world to cut yourself off. Acha, another very important point which I want to stress over here is that it is not the the fascination of an object that is a sang. Attachment is also to hatred is also a sang. If you hate somebody, how many times in the day are you thinking of him? Honestly, think about it. Bar, uh, your mind goes to that object of hate again and again and again. Hate is a very big puller of the mind, bigger than love. Understand that. So, strong like or strong dislike, they are both bad for you. You have to learn to balance your mind so that you can think correctly and you are in control and in hold of your own mind. You know, So ये बहुत बहुत, and how much of mental energy does the your hate sap from you? सोच के देखो. That very mental energy can be used creatively for some creating something beautiful, for creating something useful, for serving the society and the world. But no, your mind is so occupied with hate, 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 hate. How can I take revenge? How can I harm that person? Oh God, I wish this happens to him or that happens to him. That your mind is continuously pulled there, right? So it is that you have to maintain a kind of a poise in your mind and free yourself from I plus I want. Free yourself from I plus I want. And I want में revenge भी आता है. I want में bad thoughts about your enemy भी आते हैं. I want. The Lord should teach him a lesson. ये भी तक लोग बोलते हैं, है ना? भगवान उसको देखेगा. Why are you sending that bad thought? It will pull your own mind, it will disturb your own mind. So understand that it is learn to quieten the mind. Take a deep breath. Even now, as you are sitting, take a deep breath, straighten yourself, and let go. Let go of all kind of things that the mind gravitates towards. According to your likes and dislikes, the mind will gravitate. Try to focus the mind, not allow it to dissipate its energies, quieten it, still it, and then apply it to your goal. But Gurudev used to say that your mind is so splintered, it is so shattered that you can't think beyond. Oh, he used to keep on saying different combinations of money, food, clothes, women, and wine. And that is the ultimate joy, you know. So you go on trying to get joy from different combinations of just these three, four. Hmm? So here it is like this, that please understand that these are practical suggestions. In the next verses आप फिर वो ये कहते हैं क्वाइटन द माइंड, तो आपने कह दिया, डोंट डिसिपेट द एनर्जी तो कह लिया, पर how to quieten the mind, you we all know how much it takes you for a ride. So the next verses, beginning from the fifth verse, which we'll do next time, are given practical instructions, very very practical instructions on how to live a noble life, how to grow out of your limitations, and how to attain a grand stature, a bilkul giant stature, not a pygmy stature. So how to do that? You have to go through sadhanas, and there are different saints have listed different kinds of sadhanas. कहीं 5 साधनाएं हैं, पंचदशी है, कहीं साधना चतुष्टाय है, कहीं कुछ है. So over here, you to tame the mind, to discipline the mind, these are the verses that we will be doing next time. How to focus all your thoughts on your goal and leave the rest of the world, let go of the rest of the world. And retire from the pursuits, make your mind retire from your pursuits. What have you got till now? Running after this and running after that and running after that, mila kya hai? Have you got the peace of mind that you were seeking? Have you got the joy that you were seeking? You may have got the object, sure, you may have got it. Minister's post I want. हाँ, उसके पहले इलेक्शन का टिकट आई वांट, टिकट मिल गया. फिर ऑल काइंड ऑफ ट्रबल टू विन, जीत भी गए आप. हाँ, फिर एमपी भी बन गए. फिर अगेन मिनिस्टर बनना है. फिर ये मिनिस्ट्री नहीं, वो मिनिस्ट्री चाहिए. नहीं, फिर स्टेट मिनिस्टर नहीं, मुझे कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर बनना है. नहीं, फिर मुझे तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनना है. वेयर डज इट एंड? There is no end, my friend. There is no end. So understand that this sadhana is to halt the objective manifestations of life and focus and seek the eternal power, the true source of happiness, which we will do next time. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम